We're here at the corner of Don Gaspar and Paseo de Peralta. I'm Dorothy McDonald Thompson Smoker, and I would like to share a little history with you about this corner. Back in the early part of the century, of the 20th century, the Southern Baptist Convention considered New Mexico to be a mission field. And so the Home Mission Board bought this corner, anticipating building a church here shortly thereafter. They bought this in 1912, the same year that New Mexico became a state. By 1917, there were families, individuals here desiring to get that church started. So the story goes that a group of women went around the town gathering up potential church members, and there was a tent erected on this corner, followed by of course, a tent revival. The church was organized as a result of that tent revival in 1917 in August. There were 23 members. Of course, they needed a permanent home. So by 1921, now there were 60 members. They had decided to enter a building program. They borrowed $33,900 and began construction on the church that spring of 1921. Some of the church members mortgaged their homes to secure that loan. In the fall of 1921, the church was built, and I am standing probably where the top of the church stairs were. It was in 1942 that my family began attending this church. In 1944, I accepted Jesus as my Savior, and I was baptized in the baptistry of this church. In 1953, the church called a wonderful man as pastor, R.Y. Bradford. He was a very smart individual. He was a wonderful pastor and leader, a forward-thinking leader. Here we were on this corner. It's busy today, but it was also quite busy then. It was a residential area, and there was absolutely no space to expand the church and no place for people to park when they came. So Brother Bradford and other leaders in the church began to talk of building a new church, but first we had to secure the land on which to build the church. My mother, Marge McDonald Viles, was on the committee that selected the land. They chose a hilltop on the Las Vegas Highway and borrowed $17,000 to purchase 9.5 acres. That was in 1955. 1 year later, that $17,000 loan had been paid. Ground was broken in 1959, I believe in the early spring of '59. By December of 1960, the building was complete, and so the membership moved out of this building into the new building in the fall of 1960.